What is up, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today we got quite a few things going on with the V6 Mustang Drift build. So if we walk outside, we can see that the V6 Mustang's a little bit in shambles right now, for real. And that is because I have been sanding this entire car down. It had peeling clear coat all over it, which for some reason is not sanding off easily. It's almost like tearing off, so I'm almost having to fully sand off the entire clear coat layer to just repaint it. I am not going for a showroom SEMA build quality paint job. I am just going for a somewhat clean drift missile paint job, so it's not a huge deal. I'd at least like to do it somewhat properly. Going into this build, I didn't really have any of the cosmetic shit in mind, but after going to the first drift event last video, the Mustang really proved itself, and I ended up actually really enjoying the SN95 New Edge chassis out on the track, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep her around a little bit longer. And if you know anything about me and my build, I like to stand out a little bit and have all my cars modified and look pretty badass out there. Typically, I would vinyl wrap stuff, but I want to go ahead and go the paint route with this just to get some more paint practice under my belt. So when I was searching online for this specific color paint, I found a single stage gallon paint kit for 150 bucks, which means later down the line, once I start getting some drift marks all over the Mustang, I'm gonna be able to paint match it pretty easily with this. I can almost touch it up to perfection because single stage paint means you have no clear coat over the top of it, and the only thing you mix the paint with is reducer, so I don't really have to worry about inconsistencies in the paint later on, although I do want to put a livery on the Mustang, so that may throw it off a little bit. I don't want to keep y'all waiting much longer, so let me go ahead and open this paint gallon up. Here we go, boys. Look at that. This is a single stage Plum Crazy Purple that already has quite a bit pearlescence in it. And not that I was trying to perfectly match the Subaru, but we can see it's almost the exact same type of purple, except this purple on the Subaru is 100% glitter, where this is actual paint. And if we look at this random piece of the Mustang here, if y'all are some OG, very close watching fans, you would know that I love me some rear bumper cuts. And that's exactly what I did to this Mustang too. With the V6, you don't have any exhaust cutouts on either side for the dual exhaust, so I just kind of measured and cut freehand to get the exact shape I wanted. So I am going to keep the stock bumper on, but if you look closely, the side skirt and front bumper are not sanded yet. And that is because there is this awesome game-changing company out there. I'm not sponsored, I would like to be, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen, called KBD Body Kits, that makes polyurethane panels for a car. Polyurethane meaning a type of rubber, so that way you can literally run them over, crash, and the bumpers and everything will stay in place, and that is absolutely perfect for drifting. So I went ahead and ordered the 240 style front bumper and side skirt for this Mustang. I wasn't a huge fan of the rear bumper just because it was so large, and I like my bumper cut, which is kind of the opposite, but that will make this Mustang have a similar style to the Nissan 240 SX, and I really like their play on words. It is 2 F-O-R-D-Y, so like 2 Ford D, you know what I mean? And that's really gonna play into the American 240 nickname that was given to the New Edge Mustang in the drift scene also. Luckily, Honey, my cat, has been hard at work getting everything cleaned out on the inside. How's it looking in there, boss? Looking clean, looking clean? Any mice or anything? All right, we passed the test. And the last thing, my steering wheel, for some reason the airbag part is broken, but the airbag's still fully intact. And then as I'm drifting, this is turning over, so I'm not really a fan of this at all, which led me to buy this NRG hub adapter and a kind of cringy steering wheel. It should come in the mail today so I can kind of show you. But enough rambling, let's get to work. just had the mail people leave and they just delivered my steering wheel that I was telling you about is a little bit cringy. I got this from Bowl Boost, so it's kind of clean, a little bit of a deep dish. I like the fabric on the side. Everything is fine except this bottom part, anti-stock club, a little bit cringy, not really feeling it, but I love the lightning bolts on the side. The skull, kind of. I don't even know what this says. This may say something cringy as well, but this is going to be the Mustang's new steering wheel. NRG hub and the wheel installed. And with a little bit of modification, we got the Ant Sock Club steering wheel now. Took the Bowl Boost sticker off there, tried to black it out there. I just want this to kind of be a blank canvas. You know what I mean, but I'm glad to be repping Ant Sock Club now. I got the Impreza back on the ground with wheels mounted, my new wheels. The studs are not long enough, so I was able to torque the lug nuts down to the right spec, but there's only a few threads on the actual lug nut itself, so I don't feel very confident in it. Mustang Impreza is extremely nasty, but we finally got 3-piece wheels on. Let me push it forward. Hell yeah, brother. Look at that shit. You can see the entire caliper too. And now we got Mustang in the garage. It worked! So the airbag did work. We weren't sure if it was good or not, but oh, look, it's smoking. That's weird that it was cracked, but not actually blown out. What are you, scared? Scared of some airbag dust? And just like that, the Mustang has a new edge. You get it, right? Because it's a new edge Mustang. And we have a new edge on the Mustang. Filled the holes where the Ford emblem went. Filled the holes where the spoiler went on both sides. Where the Mustang emblem went on the front fender. Where the antenna went on the front fender. So that kind of concludes the entire body work that I need to do on this thing. All right, side skirts off, and it's wild how much it actually does for the car. And took the front bumper off, and if y'all can't tell, the car is sideways in the shop. That way I could get to all areas of the car under the lights. Mustang side vents on an MR2. Damn. Honestly, closer than I expected, not gonna lie. Will we? Oh! Wow. My primer just came in the mail, and I ordered a little bit less than I thought I was ordering, but hopefully it's enough to paint the car, and I started taping off a lot of the stuff also. I literally just got home from work, and I come home to this beautiful package, so let's open it up. I got my new bumper and side skirt. Here it is, guys. Perfectly ready to throw on out of the box. This is the first time I've ever messed with the KBD kit before, so I have yet to see one in its raw state. So this is very wild to see how this even arrives. I can't even stretch it to get it on right now. Jesus Christ, Let me get this side started so I can then unroll it. Alright guys, this is not happening. Oh wow. This is the first day in a very long time that it has stayed right at 70 degrees. And of course, it's the day I get my KBD body kit. So you have to let this sit out in the sun for a while to get out of this state. This Duragold stuff, I highly recommend because this is one piece. So we rolled it out from the box, the distance of the car, and then it was folded over several times, so completely unfolded. It is enough to do this entire width plus some more. So now I don't got to worry about any of the spider webs and debris falling onto it, at least directly from the roof. The car is wax and grease remover, tack cloth. We got this little station for the side vents and mirrors and bumper. So I'm going to be primering everything and then I'll prep the body kit later. But I guess let's mix up some primer and get spraying. And then I wanted to paint this not important part of the car, and I went super heavy to see what it'd take to get it to run. And it took a lot to get it to run. So I'm honestly not too worried about painting this now. Thing I have been patiently waiting for all day at work is to grab one of these, careful not to touch it, and bring it out in the sun. Oh my gosh. That glitter is, or metallic, is showing. I only did one coat on it, but that is looking sick with hardly any orange peel. So I added a little dust coat on the hood because that was the worst tiger stripe. So it looks very bad right now. And that's kind of to try to even out the tiger stripe. Same thing on this passenger door. You can see there's like a dark line there and there. So it kind of threw it off. But I'd say the trunk, probably one of the better panels. It laid on the best and has the least amount of tiger stripe. I also did pretty good on the rear bumper. Car's been drying for a little bit and Sam wants to fucking take off the wheel covers to see what the wheels look like. Okay. There we go. There's the contrast. And then that's the unpainted 350Z stock. We used the whole can of the bleach powder, and now we're pretty sure the body kit is nice. This is like the third coat. We're just gonna let this sit overnight just to ensure. I didn't realize, but you need flexible primer for the KBD kit, which makes sense because it is flexible, and I do not have that. So I'm gonna be ordering that. Sam is scumbagging into removing the shit already. Hurry the fuck up. This is probably the best shot because the trunk and driver's side aren't hazy. Passenger side is very hazy from that dust coat, so it looks matte. You can finally see it under the correct lighting, fully unmasked. Yeah, this is probably the worst angle right here. Until we do the cut and buff. Once we do the cut and buff, that'll be the true telltale sign if it is good or not. And hopefully all the tiger stripes disappeared. Believe it or not, I was able to get my hands on the flexible primer surfacer in stock in person. I did not know that I needed to buy this for the KBD body kit. But first, I'm gonna hit it with this Bulldog adhesion promoter. But anyways, let's get to painting. First thing in the morning now, the kit is fully dry, so I did a quick mock-up. So here's kind of what we're looking like. But it dried super hazy, like the camera is doing it justice. This is exactly what it looks like to me. See how it's shiny here, super hazy here. I'm hoping I can buff that out. And it barely happened on the bumper. You can kind of pick it up on this edge right there. Sam is on his way over. We're going to see what we can cut and buff and hopefully save this paint job because right now it's looking a little rough. The stock bumper mount is riveted on to the plastic bumper. This one was already broken, so I'm going to grind off these rivets. And what's really nice is on the KBD kit, there's these little indentations, I guess, from when they made the stock mold, and all I got to do is drill those 2 holes and it lines up perfectly with this, and then I can attach the KBD bumper just like factory. So we just got done wet sanding the entire car. We started at 800 and ended at 2000. So we got a nice haze along the whole Mustang. So now we're gonna hit it with the buffer and see if we can get this paint to shine as good as acrylic enamel will shine. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see the difference between the first one to now. This is first cut. Still dull. Starting to see less dry spots, less scratches. Just like that, boys, this is the finished product. So now we can pull her out. Got a little bit of overspray on the headlights somehow, but everything else is fully buffed, cut. Go get a goddamn motherfucking goddamn video. Not too bad. Now here she is in the sun, boys. We can see that paint shine how it's supposed to. But gosh darn, I am lacking in the wheel department now. This fitment sucks. These wheels aren't the best looking, but I got these for dirt cheap, so it's what I'm gonna deal with for a little bit. 229,000 miles on the dash, and we still out here motherfucking sliding her, bud. Look at this steering wheel, hydro, yes sir. Park to show off the angle on the Mustang now. See that 50 degrees of steering. God damn, boy, look at that setup. And lastly, I just went to Seth's house and put new tires on the full set of the Mustang stock wheels. So here are the other two right now with brand spanking new tires. There is a drift event next weekend, but I don't know if I'm gonna get approved or not, because it's more like a drift club that other people can drift at. I don't know if that makes sense. They kind of want better drifters, better cars. So I sent them an application and they never responded. They said they wanted to see the car done. So it is now done. I sent them a picture and they never said anything. So hopefully I can drift it Knuckle Up, but I guess we'll see, because she is all ready to slide once again. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Follow my Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, everything under that username right there. And motherfucking